So, have you ever wanted to memorize very long strings of information? Or do you want to master very broad topics or very complex ideas? Do you wonder how memory champions do them? Well, well. As a psychology student, as a student in general, we do. We are being burdened by requirements like quizzes, exams, projects, and we need to comply to them, either minor or major subjects. And above all that, we need to meet the quality that the teachers are looking for, perform good. All of those in the middle of a pandemic. So what I will talk about, something that might help you, perhaps, academically speaking, in a time like this. But what I really like is for this topic to change the way on how you memorize, on how you remember things, on how you recall information. Because I think this topic really has potential, which is backed by evidence, of course, which I will discuss later. Me personally, I am not an expert in this field or technique per se, but I think it really has potential and can really help a lot of people. So, hi people, today I'm going to be talking about a mnemonic device, the method of loci to be specific, the mind palace. Others call it that, mind palace, memory journey, method of loci, and this is my TED Talk. So it is a mnemonic device. Memory aids, mnemonic device, memory device are techniques or methods in which people use in order to encode and recall information through a process. Anyone can use this to remember things or facts like a shopping list, numbers, a deck of cards, or anything. One of the most famous mnemonic devices is perhaps the knuckle mnemonic device, wherein every bulge and space on your knuckle represents a month. Then every bulge represents a month that has 31 days. So this January, then space is February, which does not have 31 days. Then March, which has 31 days. Then April, which does not. Then May, then so on and so forth. So, mnemonic devices can use very simple encoding techniques like the one I just showed you, or it can be very complex, like the method of Loki or the mind palace. It sometimes depends on how big your mind palace is. So, the method of Loki was being used in the ancient times, in ancient Greece, and by the Romans. And it is still being used nowadays by memory champions like Alex Mullen. I first heard about the Mind Palace through a series called Sherlock by Benedict Cumberbatch, which I think is a better Sherlock than RDJ, by the way. And it captured my interest, so I decided to research and dig more into it, just very recently in fact. And I learned that we, normal, average people, can use it in the real world. In fact, it has been around ever since. So here is how it works. The method of Loki is a memorization technique that uses visualization of familiar physical environments. It could be your own house or childhood playground or our very own school, Shine on AUP.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
And in creating your own mind palace, it would be very helpful if that place or that spatial environment is very familiar to you. For this example, I'm going to use our own living room. Now as we see, we have here 7 bookmarks that we can use. These bookmarks can be used to encode information. In the 7, we have the bench, the table, a couple of chairs, the karaoke machine, the TV, and another table. 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 Sorry for my Pangasinense accent. So because it's 7, why don't we use the 7 deadly sins? Because why not? And see, one of the best tips that we should do when creating our own mind palace or when encoding information is to try to imagine weird things as you input context, because that way it leaves a stronger mark in your mind. Now for number 1 here, we can input lust, and lust could be represented by what? Rabbits, perhaps, because they like to reproduce a lot. And reproducing involves intercourse, and the intercourse is associated a lot with lust. For number 2, we can input greed, which could be represented by frog. I think a frog represents greed. That's it. Yeah, I think that's what I read. Then, for it to be weirder, why don't we let it smoke a pipe? Then for number 3, how about gluttony? Then for our visualization, we can input a pig, a disgusting one. For wrath, we can input a bear, perhaps, who is just sitting there and trying to avoid any eye contact with you. Then for the 5th one, we can input a sloth for sloth. Then for envy, it should be easy on the TV. We can put a picture of a jealous girlfriend.
Nang may love ako sa'yo, kala ko'y pag-ibig mo ay tunay pero
And lastly, for pride, why not this one? Or this pillow. Because pride. And now, it's done. We have our own mind palace. Now, I think this method works well because the visualization helps you in remembering things. I think this method works well because it changes the way or the process on how we remember things. Now, I hope that what I talked about made some sense and could help you in a time like this. I tried using the method of Loki a couple of times, I guess, but but uh, it's not it's successful a bit. That's it. Meme review.